Hello and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. We're going to do a specific blog all about Blackpool RNLI and their shop, which is this lovely building here at the side of me, and what they do and what lifeboats and what facilities they've got inside. I know we've been in loads and loads of times and we've featured odds and ends of things, but I thought we'd do a specific one just about that. So we're on Blackpool seafront, not a long way from Central Pier, and we're going to go and take a look inside, and we're going to go and find out some of the history of the RNLI in Blackpool. So don't forget to do all the signing up stuff and get your email newsletter at visitfyldecoast.info/newsletter, and we shall go and have a look inside and see what we can see. What a lovely spot, what a lovely day. You see, on a day like this, when there's just a bit of a breeze, I mean, it's a little bit windy, but it's just breezy, and the sun's shining, and there's people building sandcastles on the beach and enjoying. Look at all that beautiful clean sand. It all looks really calm and serene and harmless and really pretty. But it's not always like that, because when it's blowing a hoolie and the waves are waving like mad, this is when people get into danger and people need the RNLI. So this is the third lifeboat station in Blackpool. The first one, Blackpool Lifeboat Station, was established by the RNLI in 1864. And as you just turn off the promenade at the side of the Manchester to go down Lytham Road, there's a little building just tucked at the back of the Manchester, and that was Blackpool's first lifeboat station. So the building is still there. It's a little motor mechanics place now. I think it's a tyre swappers, tyre place. So that was the first RNLI, and then you might remember that there was a second one, which was probably round about somewhere here, round about where the deck chairman stands. And I remember going in that ever so clearly. It was a square building that stuck out over the sands, and after the lifeboat moved out of that, they used it for a little shop and various different things. So the one next to Central Pier opened in 1937, and that had a new whizzy motor lifeboat. It closed in 1998 and was used for making and selling rock, and was eventually demolished in March 2009 when they redeveloped and refurbished the seafront. And I've got a picture of it, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to show it if we can manage for the sun. Just a second. Right, so there you are, look, there's the building that stands out on the left-hand side, and that used to stick over the beach. And then at the right-hand side of it there is the building where Happy Days is now, at the right-hand side of Madame Tussauds, which is that one just over there. And if we zoom in, you might be able to actually see it. There, look, just to the side of Tussauds. So Blackpool RNLI is completely manned by volunteers. So the people that go out on the lifeboat are all volunteers, and the people that work in the shop are all volunteers. This third lifeboat station opened in 1998, and you can tell that because it says so on the keystone at the top up there, look. They've got 3 inshore lifeboats, an Atlantic 85 and 2 D-class. And then they've got this super duper little shop, which is really good because it's absolutely full of all kinds of everything. Right, we're going to go inside and we're going to go and have a look and see what they've got. So it's open pretty much year round. And here's one of the lovely volunteers. What's your name, sir?
Win.
Win. Nice to meet you, Win. I do like your shop. It's always full of really nice things, like little shopping bags, cold water if you're gasping for a drink. There's all kinds of gifts and products for you to buy, and of course everything that you buy supports the RNLI. This is one of those little ducks, look. DC UK. There's clothes, garments, little socks with puffins on, And socks with RNLI flags on. These are nice, I like these wellies. Aren't they lovely? And they have really good Christmas cards in here as well. In fact, look, there's some reduced Christmas baubles. There you go, you can stock up ready for next year. And of course the obligatory games when it rains and you're looking for something to do. And this is where the boat is, so I'm going to take you upstairs and show you the boat. There you go, with courage, nothing is impossible. Absolutely agree with that. So there's a timeline on the window which explains their history and how they've come to be. Look, this is the Fordreant mentioned, that wreck near North Pier. There's a blue plaque to that at the right hand side of North Pier. So this is all the Blackpool information. So the guy's just been telling me that the lifeboat launched 162 times last year. The majority of them were suicide attempts, and the one that the volunteers most enjoyed was 4 ladies who stripped off. They rescued near North Pier. I've just said to him, yes, but how old were they? Were they young or were they old? Because, you know, if you're going to get 4 women to rescue that are in the buff, you don't want them to be 80, do you? So you can come in here. The guys in the shop will tell you all about the lifeboats and the history of them and what they can do and how powerful they are and all that kind of thing, which is really interesting. And they'll do that completely free of charge. So if it's cold and you want a little bit of a warm, he's doing some mending down there. But that's what I can smell. It smells very nice. It smells all petrol-y, solventy. If you want to come in and have a look, you can do that completely free of charge. I can't imagine sitting in that bobbing about on the waves. With my epic travel sickness, I'd end up being unbelievably sick. Yes, and if you get into trouble in the water, the best thing you can do is float. So you can take a picky while you're in. You can find out about Storm Force. Is it Storm Force Dan? I think it is, isn't it? There's some little diddy clothes for kids to try on and dress up as lifeboat men. That's got to be the... Oh no, it's not. That's North Pier. That's a rescue. I was just going to say that must be Riverdance, but it's not, is it? So there's bits of information from local rescues, etc. And that's a lovely model. Just imagine going out to sea in that. Just imagine. So that is Blackpool Motor Lifeboat, built in 1937. So that would be the one that was in the square building near Central Pier. Wow. And from up here as well, you can look across the shop. It's a lovely shop. I really like their products and things. And then it tells you all the way up to 2013, 14 years of service, Bickerstaff is replaced with William and Eleanor, which I think is one of these. Oh, you can even have a little lifeboat helmet, look. Activity box. They have really nice stuff in here. It's a nice little seagull, look at that. Oh, he's Diddy. Crabs and fish and all kinds of stuff. And a lovely little shopping bag as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that little look around in Blackpool Lifeboat Centre. Seems a long time since that old square building was down here next to Central Pier. We used to go and sit underneath that. I can remember that as if it were yesterday. So don't forget to make sure that you've done all your signing up and all of your subscribing for your newsletter. And if you've enjoyed this video, give it a share and a like, and tell all your friends to follow Visit Fylde Coast. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye for now.